Okay, thank you very much. Can you hear my voice? Okay. Okay, first of all, thank you very much for USIM College and also UIN Sunan Ampel Surabaya. Yeah, welcome to this marvelous webinar. Yeah, and we have heard some presentation from the marvelous previous speakers also. Okay, my topic is Islamic children and family development in emerging global and modern world. The acceleration of media technology growth. Okay, please remind me if the time is up. Well, this is actually an ongoing research. We are continuing publish the journal of this ongoing research. So we start from the challenge of parenting education in Indonesia are becoming increasingly complex. So amid rapid modernization and global cultural shift, the spiritual purity of children is under threat, not only from external influences, but also from the erosion of time, attention, and presence with families. Okay, so some study found that the increased parental working hours are associated with lower cognitive scores in children aged 7 to 14. Okay, so their parents become busier now. Okay, uh, and maybe the question will be who shape our behavior or our life today. Okay, this is one of the references growing up online through divorce. Okay, so the parents become busier and their children's growing up with their gadget, okay, with their screen time activities. For example, TikTok, yeah, the famous application in the world. What shape your behavior in this modern era? So Instagram or TikTok really shape our behavior, really build how we think and how we behave now. So the the data from Digital 2025 Indonesia, over 200 million Indonesian are online and they are actively engaged with social media identities. Okay, children and teens are increasingly shaped by TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram, often more than family or school. So another research has shown that parental involvement plays a critical role in shaping children's socio-emotional development, especially when both parents are engaged in professional roles that may limit direct interaction with their children. We are actually not talk about the working mother or working father. Sometimes they're at home, but they don't talk to their children. They are busy with their own gadget. Okay, this is the phenomenon. Without intentional effort to cultivate spiritually grounded parenting framework, family risk perpetuating reactive, fragmented approach that fail to nurture children's inner life, according to Swite. Okay, this is another data. Yeah, I think it happened not only in Indonesia. Yeah, people get involved more and more with their gadget, with their handphone, and uh, they live with their screen time every day. So the fact is, according to Menur Mental Hospital in Surabaya, they have treated over 3,000 youth for gadget and online game addiction. So this online and game addiction is increased, yeah, especially in Indonesia. So people they find happiness, yeah. They're they are trying to find some pleasure in their gadget, in their screen time, until they get addiction to it. Okay. So when screen time is unstoppable, in today's rapidly shifting global landscape, where screen often speak louder than parents, okay? This is interesting. Screen speak louder than parents. They listen to their screen, but they only hear their parents, okay? and algorithms shape the imagination of our youth, the question is no longer whether technology will influence our children, but how we, as educators, families, and faith communities, will respond. So this is our challenge, yeah, to face this phenomenon. And the other side, Indonesia have demographic bonus, but yeah, there's also consequences. Uh, there's also a prerequisite. Only if Indonesian family can develop, yeah, can grow their children, yeah, greatly. Okay, Indonesia is leveraging its demographic bonus, 70% of population in productive age, to build resilient families. But in this situation now, we are dubbing this, yeah, the demographic bonus will give benefit to our country. So this is another research from Dr. Thomas Licona, Sign of Destruction of Nation. Increasing violent behavior in adolescents. I think this is not only in Indonesia. The influence of friends is much stronger than that of parents and teachers. Okay, increasing free sex, smoking, and drug use. Okay, this is like never-ending problems. Increasing immoral behavior and egoism in many shape, yeah, in many variety, and decreasing sense of pride and love for the homeland. Yeah. So teenagers, yeah, or Gen Z, they tend to, yeah, look to other countries' mode. Yeah. What happened in other countries? Yeah. What viral in other countries? Decrease respect for other people, parents, and teachers. Yes, because they listen to the influencer from their gadget. Yeah. And they are only sometimes or maybe in a little time listening to their parents. This is like early warning for us. As media accelerate and modernity redefine childhood, okay, it's really a signal for all of us. It's early warning. Okay, their childhood life is different from our childhood life. Okay, they more ambit or cannot leave their screen time or their gadget. Some parents, they don't know what to do. They are confused with the situation. Some parents, they join the screen time moment in every family moment. Yeah. So they don't, yeah, like ask their children to stop their screen time. But the fact is, their parents is also enjoying their own screen time. Okay. But some parents try to do their best to overcome this because they realize maybe the potential danger of this situation. So before getting deeper to our concern, well, in our scientific region is in social science. Okay, so in every science we have ontology, axiology, and epistemology. So learning social science truly has a noble mandate, like Dr. Kartini presented before. Yeah, we just not learning in the class, but we go to the society. Yeah, we meet the people. Yeah, talk to them, and get more awareness about what happened in the society. So learning social science truly has a noble mandate, namely bringing people's life to a better level in what we can do, okay, according to our expertise. So why are we studying the course we involve now? This is the question for us. Maybe a retrospective question to build our deeper understanding, yeah, how our expertise can give positive impact to the society. So, how to help the society? it is not easy to divine the society. Yeah, we have psychoanalysis, perspective, behaviorism, humanistic, transpersonal, and now the world is become accepting the religion's perspective. Okay, unsecular mode. Okay, so in sociological zone we have fakta sosial, definisi sosial, and perilaku sosial. So we have many glasses trying to define our societies. So what we are facing today, our professor, Professor Paulus Wirotomo, says that the history of mankind until now is still haunted by various multidimensional crises and human dignity, moral, ethical, and civilization crisis. All are the result of development that prioritize human greed and avarice. So human greed has causes all these various multidimensional crises. So yeah, this is I think we back to our role, our job as educators, as a teachers, as a lecturers, helping family achieve their best functioning. Okay, in this multinational crisis. So we we can help them build good society, and we can help our government build great civilization with our expertise. Yeah. And so it is therefore evident that there are a pressing need to enhance household and family literacy among Indonesian families. Okay. With those social problem among us. So, yeah, in light of growing complexity of family dynamic, particularly within dual career household, there is an urgent need for concrete systemic intervention aimed at enhancing parental literacy. Yeah. So, of course, we as parents don't want our children grow with their screen time, grow with the influencer, grow with their gadget. We don't know where they are heading for. So there's an urgent need for concrete systemic intervention aimed at enhancing parental literacy, realigning parenting practices, and educating the broader society. The combination of Nakli and Akli. Not only Akli, but also Nakli. To build a path, a good path, towards build them into a good family and into a good civilization in the future. So here's our program, Hybrid Parenting Facilitator Training Program, a grassroots movement for spiritual capability. Okay. So the hybrid training program for parenting extension worker is a vital initiative aimed at reaching parents across Indonesia one by one through a cascading, community-based approach by cultivating a wide network of facilitators who operate at the grassroots level. This program embodies a movement from the people, by the people, and for the people. With these goals, I think we need collaboration with USIM that have expertise in social media campaigns. Yeah, we can collaborate then.